Home stretch.
The light at the end of the tunnel.
Or just the even darker hole at the end of the darker hole.
There's an end in sight now. That's all that really matters.
Like we hope. Like, what if something happens and I just kind of look back in my video file and somehow there's like another season of this?
Don't talk like that.
What if that's like the big twist that the book is actually like, once you look at the book in the anime, the book gets you in real life, and then we turn into the internet, and then the internet turns into another anime, which turns into another book. And then one of us,
Madlax is just a metaphor for life, really.
also one of us then just kills our dads and then become the same person?
No, we have to kill the other person's dad and then become their dad.
Oh, okay, okay. Man, this show is weird.
Yeah.
Not weird enough, but weird. Why did I recommend this?
You told me there was Yuri, and that this was like a classic.
That should have already been your first tip-off. When has there ever been a classic Yuri that hasn't been terrible? Our genre is stained with sin.
Fair enough.
We were both idiots.
I can't fight you on that one. So, if I remember correctly, Margaret thinks Madlax killed Vanessa, and she's not happy about that.
Yeah. She, like, busted a cap in Madlax. Also, I think this is coming after her realizing that Madlax killed her actual dad, so Madlax isn't kind of looking too good in her mind's eye right now.
Madlax is just killing everybody Margaret knows and stealing their names.
To be fair, with everything we've seen, that's not entirely incorrect by even just the not mind-screwy parts of everything. Ew.
That just awkwardly wrap my weird dumb vest around you. But like not enough that I want to give up the vest.
It's like, I'm not creepy enough toward you to give up the vest, but I'm not creepy enough toward my vest to not do it. Her completely clean, undesecrated corpse. Oh wait, there is that one little blood stain, which is like freaking buckets of gore compared to everything else we've seen.
Pretty much. It's like the most graphic thing in the series so far. Which leads me to believe that no one else in the series has died yet. That's just her. Since people can bleed.
Yeah, it's already kind of like in a troubled enough state when this has a difficult, shall we say, way of portraying violence, but when it kind of has inconsistency on top of everything else.
It creates like almost story issues.
It is starting to create like just basically fundamental issues in the existential nature of the actual plot, like how, I mean, like what is exactly happening in the story. So Ding Dong here has all three books and Margaret. So what does he just need? Madlax to sing the magic words?
There's apparently a page missing from one of them that Madlax has or someone has, and apparently that one missing page is enough for him to not be able to do whatever he's trying to do, which I still don't know what that is.
And we have like what, 4 episodes left?
4 episodes. So she just fell over and went to sleep?
Well, this, with everything we've seen with how gore works, maybe. Maybe
Should
Margaret
she?
didn't.
Yeah, break the news to her with that slightly bemused smile.
Yeah, wild, right?
She managed to find a way to get shot in this universe.
Well, admittedly, it sounds like Margaret needed to like recite the evil god code word in order for a bullet to actually hit. So maybe that's just what the books are, the Madlax disc wipe code.
Also, it's like what, like 2003, and stray bullets still a thing, not new. Though pushing Madlax and Vanessa is a stretch to be charitable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's alive.
Nice. Like there's so little tension in the scene. I'm expecting them to just break out snacks and Pepsi.
Yeah, like there's no like urgency. There's barely like, because of the way their faces are animated and like the way they're voice acted, there's not even real sadness in it. Badlax still sounds disinterested and apathetic. And why should that other lady care about Vanessa? She did know her.
Let's make this as vaguely weird as possible.
So he came all this way to try to steal that last page so he could complete his evil books and didn't even think to check her pockets.
Guess he was just being a gentleman? I guess.
I didn't do anything. I just came here and told you your friends did. I didn't even tell you that. I just
I just
implied
sort
it
of.
with silence.
I really give up on what your characterization is supposed to be.
Or her role in the story, because he's apparently an observer. But
And
I
aren't
thought up
those
to this,
always.
yeah, I thought up to this point she was an assassin or like a thief. Like,
Or, or just like her sort of super grunt. Just someone Quanzita sent out when she didn't want to get off her porch. Just, I need a beer. Any kind'll do. Fetch my knave.
which apparently was a waste of time because Madlax apparently is immune to bullets.
I love characters dying for nothing. Just put a big stick in the middle of the grave.
Big, yeah, just
Just a
it,
stick.
it has the little other sticks on the side, so it kind of looks like a cross.
Mostly it's just a big stick. God, this place is boring without that other dude.
Man, if only they hadn't killed that ghost.
At least have a poker partner here.
Man, it's a good thing that Weekday Man had like this weird, almost kind of French maid, but then it kind of turns into like a regular evening gown get up thing going on that he just happened to fit her.
Yeah. Huh.
This
Either
tiny
that
16-year-old girl.
either that or just manage to find a tailor here in the middle of a war-torn jungle combat nation. And on that note, good thing he had an immaculately cultivated flower field in the middle of a jungle combat war zone.
Yeah, no stray bombs or shells landed over there.
And they're just all universally this one pretty flower.
It's probably a weed. That's why there's so many of them.
Yeah, babe, that's the evil flower.
The evil seduction flower.
Nice.
I totally haven't been trying to kill these things for years.
Freaking every other house plant just withers and dies, but oh no! I've only let it happen half a dozen times now.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You gonna actually watch her this time? Look at that guy's
Amazing.
expression. Like,
It's like they've only now just learned how to actually shoot someone. You know, I could always do this without jumping, but
that guy's eyes were huge. I didn't think he'd actually let me come.
tastes like ass. Why, I really have no life, do I?
I spent my entire life watching over this this weird girl and then failing her every single time I could have actually helped her. But I can make her a mean dinner, though.
Maybe I should take up, like, knitting or something.
So she clearly shot several guys in that shot, but they, I guess, are fine. They just had little puffs of smoke pop up on them. And somehow managed to not shoot her.
Even though it looks like she was literally closing her eyes and firing off a rail gun.
I hope she's the only one that lives through this stupid story. She should go on to find herself a boyfriend that isn't a ghost.
Or an ass.
Ghost ass.
Worst kind, really.
Because then they could just disappear and not suffer the consequences.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're dating an ass, it's hard. If you're dating a ghost, it's hard. Like, what are your long-term plans? Like,
and now, okay. Now, like, is he actually her dad, or does she just think that? Did he just say, "I'm your dad," and she was like, "Okay."
well, admittedly, it could work with what we've seen from her so far.
This is true.
That face, though.
I guess if I had to pick a word to describe this series, or at least to describe the characters, and like this is a good example of it, the word I would use is passionless.
They're very dispirited. You're right.
Like Vanessa is really the only character that showed any real strong emotions about the things that she was doing, and even then, like, it never really, she's not hot-blooded or anything like that, but so many of these characters just seem like
they don't even really want to get out of bed.
Yeah, they're just sleepwalking through this script.
And like, not their voice actors or anything. It's just these characters are literally
like they're animated. Like their expressions are just they're borderline expressionless at times, and like Madlax, like her voice acting, like I don't know if it's the actor themselves or the direction, but like hers has been completely dispassionate the entire time. Like she has not sounded like she has cared about anything going on. And Margaret's kind of in a similar way.
Mm.
But like it's just the way they're animated and like the way they're voice acted, they just don't, no one seems like they care except sometimes Monday, Friday.
And the sniper lady.
And the sniper lady. Yeah.
Like she's at least, gotten rightfully mad and
like she's come unhinged at least.
Mm.
With her fixation on killing Madlax.
At this point, I'll just take completely raw, completely undirected rage over just this slow close-up on this eye. This slow close-up on this eye that is accomplishing nothing.
Blinking. She didn't blink.
As this one guy in the background takes 5 fucking minutes just to shoot them. And then surprised when that happens. Like, maybe that's why Friday Monday is trying to make everyone go insane, so at least it'll be a little less boring in this whole world.
Maybe. Like, there's always, like, stories like this where, you have super soldiers and people who are extraordinarily skilled compared to the rest of the people in battle are always, predicated on a certain level of incompetence from the opposition. Because there's only one, in reality, there's only so much one person can do.
Mm.
And so, the stormtroopers always have to miss. But the level of incompetence on display by these soldiers begs the question of how could these idiots possibly have sustained a 12-year civil war? Like, they would have, for all the good that their shooting does, they would have ran out of bullets by this point, and no one would have died.
Never mind that they've kind of been going at this for like a decade and a half and have like dwindling manpower, and yet are always shocked when a woman can shoot.
While posing. Maybe that's the key, they're not posing.
Like, that's a very efficient battle pose, just.
Hey, if it works for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
What is this long, lingering mutual glance at each other accomplishing?
And then, like, that guy, they just fast cut over to him just being confused.
Wow, a lot happened in that episode. Woo!
I guess we're supposed to be sad that Vanessa's dead, but I'm just mostly glad she managed to get out of this series before it probably falls even more apart.
Yeah. Like, how could this show avoid a pad so late in the game? We're literally, like, within. And we're literally pretty much within an hour of the actual show's end.
And we still don't really know what the main villain wants to accomplish. We have this vague idea of wanting to throw the world into chaos, but that's been so used in especially Japanese media that, like, that doesn't count. Like, what,
Especially now, since he's kind of pretty much accomplished it by managed to successfully perpetuating like a 12-year civil war completely unrealistically. But I guess he just wants to put it more grand scale.
and make everyone fight. Like, I don't, like I've said it before, but, like, there's a difference between, like, intrigue and just not telling people things. Like, we're past the point of intrigue and suspense and mystery, and we're at the point of frustration.
Frustration was the word I was going to use too. It's like getting to that dangerous point even past frustration, which is like, I don't even care.
Like, they've dragged their feet so long trying to tell us anything about anybody that, like, we can't get invested. There's not enough time left.